Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, June 20th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce, ready to go to war. You know you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. Today's show, well, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You rely on the old, tried, and true. One of your callbacks, Faction Warfare, baby. Faction Warfare number 8. Look at some groups, their history, where they at, maybe what they've done. Today's groups are all going on right now, so nothing from the past. But for now, you know what's next, so just go on and hit my music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this list is very, very simple. We have ourselves a new Ring of Honor World TV Champion. So these are the next challengers for that men's Pacific Championship number 5. Well, the former champion, A.R. Fox, it seems like he just got this belt, and he was a fighting champion. He was a good champion. I don't think this is the last we'll see of him in that division. Last of him we'll see it with that championship. I think there's a lot of story to tell with him and Lio Rush, and of course with number 4, Action Andretti, there is also a story to tell with Action Andretti, Lio Rush's former partner. Action Andretti turned heel. I didn't even know where Lacey Lane is at, but I digress. Action Andretti is a solid hand. We shall see what is next for him. Number 3, Ortiz. His tag team partner Eddie Kingston is already a former Ring of Honor World Champion, and Ortiz has been grinding, and this is really something that he could benefit from, especially with someone like Eddie Kingston by his side. Number 2, Nick Wayne. The Prodigy is already, I believe, a former Pure champion, if I'm correct. He is a former TV champion, and I can see him getting that belt back. He had a nice long reign. Pure champion could be in his future as well. And of course, number 1, Johnny TV. The man is just good. The man holds it down. He's in a good comedy tag team right now with MXM Collection, but Johnny TV is so much more. We can start with putting the TV title on him to elevate him to the World Championship. We'll be right back. The spotlight is on someone who I have become very fond of these last few years, and that is none other than Stardom star Hazuki. She has just finished facing Mercedes Moné in the Women's Owen Cup, and fans are finally catching on to her. She not only works for Stardom, she works for CMLL, their partner, and Spark Joshi Pro here in America, where she's the current Spark Joshi Pro World Champion. Hazuki is a tremendous talent. She's won titles all across Stardom and is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. If you remember, in 2024, I believe, her and Mercedes were voted to have the best match of the year when it comes to the women's division. That's how good it was. These two are tremendous, and Hazuki, her star is rising. We know the names, some of the names in Stardom, like Saya Kamitani and Sayaka and Starlight Kid and Azumine, but Hazuki is really putting the spotlight on her. She grew up a WWE fan, but I feel like her future is much brighter in Stardom and in AEW. I can't wait to see what's next for her. We'll be right back. Factions, ladies and gentlemen, factions, stables, whatever you want to call them, are a tried and true thing for professional wrestling. They are the easiest way, the best way to get multiple people on TV. They are the best way to elevate talent. They are the best way to establish who's who in the pecking order. Most factions standardly consist of a world title contender, a mid-card title contender, and a tag team. And sometimes they also include a woman, so they can hold down the women's division. And those are my favorite types of factions, where they take place over the entire roster. We have spoken on many factions before, and in our last episode, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about the Elegance brand, the Vanity Project, and Shane Taylor Promotions. And the thing that these three groups have in common is, one, mainly that they all have women and men. The Elegance brand is a female dominant faction with a man in it, whereas the Vanity Project is a male dominant faction with one woman in it. And Shane Taylor Promotions is the same thing, male dominant faction with a woman in it, who's also been a big part of that grouping. I love factions. I think they are the best way to get people on TV. Like I've said that already. That's so good, right? That if you need to figure out how to just really get people on TV, if you don't have any plans for them, if you can't figure out what to do with them, just put them in a group and let's see if they sink, let's see if they swim. But remember, you have to book them right. So let's start with our first faction of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And right now they're one of the top groups in AEW. That would be the Triangle of Madness. The Triangle of Madness consists of current AEW Women's World Champion Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. So how did this grouping really come together? Well, Sky Blue has always kind of been a loner, but been in tag teams here and there. Julia Hart, ladies and gentlemen, well, she was a part of one. It was the tag team with Griff Garrison and I want to say Cole Carter, not Cole Carter. Well, I feel like it's the dude that's in NXT right now, Lexus King. I think it was them. And then she ended up joining the House of Black alongside Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Malachi Black. And then, ladies and gentlemen, so here's the thing. After Malachi Black left, right, they became the Hounds of Hell. It was Brody, Buddy, and Julia. So then Buddy got hurt. They didn't know what to do. They didn't really want to run them as a duet, or a duo, excuse me. So Julia, already dark, ended up forming a tag team with Sky Blue. She had Mr. Sky Blue, with turned Sky Blue evil, right? And they became the Sisters of Sin Works, right? They're one of, like, in my opinion, one of the two original tag teams for AEW, right? So this started out with Tekla winning a fatal 4-way, right, against Chris Statlander, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale. This set the stage for the formation of the group, right? Then on like a week later, Julia, Sky, and Tekla from the promo saying that they are now a group. And just like that, they then had their first match a few days later, defeating Laney Luck, Maserati, and Rachel Ellering. And there you go, the Triangle of Madness were here. They went on, are a dominant group, and they are not afraid to take losses. They have aligned themselves with many women. They have also taken out many women, with Tekla being the main antagonist. Coming over from New Japan, Tekla has been really the true driving force of the entire group. Julia and Sky are still the Sisters of Sin, and Julia is already a former TBS champion, so they already have faith in her. Sky is the wild card. She is nuts. She is psycho. She's crazy. She loves the death match. She's the one that will be in street fights. So mind you, her and Julia have been in plenty of street fights, but Sky is the one that is going all out. And this group, they're good. Tekla is your current women's world champion, and she's currently carrying this feud with New Japan as she takes on, not New Japan, Stardom, as she takes on Starlight Kid. So you have this group, and you have, like I said, what the basis of a group is. You got the world title, and here's the thing: you got the world title and Tekla, but they can also get the tag team titles. They can also get the singles titles. This group is very, very dangerous, and not only that, they participated in the very first women's blood and guts match where they won. They were victorious, and Sky Blue was the MVP of that match. She has become a real standout when it comes to the woman in AEW. Yes, she loses matches sometimes, but it's okay. She can suffer the loss. And Julia is definitely climbing her way back up, and we don't really even need to talk about Tekla. Tekla's a menace. Tekla is amazing. So we move over to, ladies and gentlemen, The Demand. The Demand consists of Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. This group was formed at the behest of Ricochet, who was your first ever AEW national champion. The Demand are in a weird position because there are times where they look great, right? There are times where they look indomitable. There are times where they look really, really important. And there are times where they're just there to take the loss. So in the summer of 2025, Ricochet formed an alliance with the Gates of Agony, the team of Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. And at Forbidden Door, they went on to go defeat Jet Speed and Michael Oku. So later in that show, they ended up attacking the Hurt Syndicate, causing the Hurt Syndicate to lose their tag team championship. So now we have the first true feud, and these two groups would go on to feud for a good minute. And this all started with the beef of Ricochet not joining the Hurt Syndicate. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, when these two entities, Ricochet and the Hurt Syndicate, joined AEW, the Hurt Syndicate were bad, Ricochet was good, and things can change in AEW just like that. So Hurt Syndicate ended up being good, Ricochet ends up being bad, and he costs them the titles. The Demand then go on to challenge for the Trios Championship, but they failed, and they end up defeating the Hurt Syndicate at All Out, but lost the rematch on Title Tuesday in a street fight. Then they fought in a Wrestle Dream in a tornado match. They lost that. So here's what I mean, where they lose matches as a group, because they should be one of the more dominant groups in AEW. Ricochet will then go on to become the first ever national champion. So there's some cachet there, and he's defending the belt, but he ultimately loses it a couple months later to Jack Perry, and now he's in a feud with Jericho. He wins the initial couple matches and loses the final match, and they also lose in Stadium Stampede, and right now they're just out. The Demand really should be one of the top groups in AEW, and AEW has a lot of groups, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing about the Demand is they haven't held the one championship that's befitting of them, and that's the Trios Championship. I believe our current Trios champions are the Conglomeration, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. And they need some challengers. There are plenty of groups in AEW. There are plenty of groups in Ring of Honor and CMLL and New Japan. They're partners, right? But it seems like the demand were built for this. They were made for this because the ops aren't fighting for titles right now. So the demand needs something to do it. See, I like this group, and there have been times where they have shown just how exciting they can be, just how interesting they can be, especially when it comes to Tay Leona. Bishop Khan has a look. He could literally be in the bloodline. That's how Samoan he looks. Whereas Tay Leona has been showing himself to be a true powerhouse. There's something special there, and Tony Khan likes just showcasing people, and I like that he did that here with Tay Leona. There's a lot of meat left on the bones for the demand, and I've said this time and again, ladies and gentlemen, I really believe that AEW needs like a mini roster split. Is that how I want to put it? Where certain people wrestle on certain shows and you go back and forth, because Collision is begging for just a straight up trios division to carry that show. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Lethal Twist. Now, this is a relatively new group, the Lethal Twist. It consists of, ladies and gentlemen, Blake Christian, Lee Johnson, and wrestling legend, still wrestling, Jay Lethal. Now, Jay Lethal has already done his thing. Jay Lethal has already, left his mark on professional wrestling. I mean, I want you to take a look at the championships Jay Lethal has held in the major promotions. In Ring of Honor, actually, no, let's not start there. Let's start with TNA. He is a former world champion, X Division champion, winner of the World X Cup. It's surprising that he never became world champion, but that's okay. Ring of Honor is where he made his real bones about it, right? He's a former PR champion, 2-time world champion, tag team champion, television champion, won the Honor Rumble, won Survival of the Fittest. He's a Triple Crown champion, Grand Slam champion, has multiple end of the year awards representing Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal has already left his mark on professional wrestling, so now he is giving back, still wrestling, still being a great part of wrestling. He has formed the Lethal Twist, the Lethal Swirl. I don't know why it's Lethal Twist. It's the Lethal Swirl because Lee Johnson and Blake Christian, they are the Swirl. So the Lethal Swirl. And these two are young, talented individuals in professional wrestling. Blake Christian just wrestled Bandito recently for the Ring of Honor World Championship, and he's only 28. He has made a name for himself on the independent scene. He had a brief stint in New Japan, a brief stint in WWE. Now he's back in New Japan, but he's making his bones in Ring of Honor. Blake Christian is someone where you go, oh, Blake Christian's wrestling? Let me go check that out. Because there's so much, I've said this before, meat on the bones, and he's a talented guy. Blake Christian is, I think, the future of Ring of Honor. His tag team partner, Lee Johnson, is also someone who's been grinding, right? Trained by AR Fox, trained by QT Marshall. Lee Johnson is someone who hasn't really gotten a true time to shine just yet, but it's there. The look is there, and now he's under the wing of Jay Lethal. Lee Johnson is the sleeper of all of this. Lee and Blake have formed a really solid tag team. Have they won championships yet? No, they haven't won tag titles yet, but I see it coming. Ring of Honor also has 6-man tag team titles. So these guys can fit right into that grouping of tag teams and trios. Here's my thing. I don't think Ring of Honor needs a trio championship. I just think here's the thing. I know that the Ring of Honor trios titles have a history there, but I just think that unless you're going to have those titles be defended elsewhere, then they don't need to be there. You can just have the AEW trio titles go back and forth between the brands, and I've suggested it's called the All Honor Championship, the All Honor Trio Championship, whatever. But see, they partner with CMLL, they partner with New Japan, and now you have all of these independent promotions being added to my AEW, which is great. You can start having these titles being defended there. The Lethal Twist, Lethal Twist or Lethal Swirl. I'm almost sure the Lethal Twist, Lethal Swirl, whatever. They fix. I know Tony Khan's waiting for like a major TV deal for Ring of Honor. Because I think once that happens, you're going to see a much more cohesive show. And I think Lee Johnson and Blake Christian are going to be a big part of that, right? Ring of Honor, still to this day, the greatest independent promotion of all time. Just legends. It's legends have gone through. It's a legendary promotion. And you have this team in the Swirl and the Lethal Twist, Lethal Swirl, whatever you want to call them, that can be a part of it. You have the Demand that can be a part of it. You have the Triangle Madness, who also shows up every so often. These groups are good. There's a lot to be desired. There's a lot more to give, especially when it comes to Sky Blue and Julia Hart. The Demand, they're there. They just need a little bit more, but they're there. And I think the Lethal Twists are going to be knocking on the door very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up for the rest of the month. You can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Anna J, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Hazuki, Isla Dawn, Priscilla Kelly, and Bailey. Holla at your boy. Peace.